They said I can call it off network radio. They said I could never talk good sports radio.
What you talking about, Will?
But I told them.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
So I found out.
It's a transmitter. It's a radio for speaking.
So I saw the light talking sports radio.
I have seen the light.
So I thought about starting Rev T Sports Revival.
By George, he's got it. By George, he's got it.
People are saying,
you can see how you have progressed as a show, and I'll tell you what, man, it shows. I mean, it totally shows.
and our callers are saying this, right? Man, what you think about the Rev T Sports Revival?
No. The show seems really good. You seem like you have a lot of fun. This is why I called in, and you both know your sport. So it's always fun talking to people that know their sports. That's why I like to call in whenever I get a chance.
And after I introduce my guests, they say,
For that big intro, I don't know whether to make you my agent or have you call my mom.
our guests are saying this.
Your broadcast always edifies, and y'all are inspirational. You're unselfish. You don't whitewash anything. You deal with the real problems and issues, whether they popular or unpopular.
And they saying, I'm sounding like this great legend that had a mouthpiece in the radio business.
Man, you talking sports over there like T.D. Green, man. That's what I like about Rev T Sports Revival.
But most of all, this. Hey, Fred, what you think about the Rev T Sports Revival?
Hey, when you tell them Rev T, if they ears ain't used to great talk radio, they need to adjust, because at the end of the day, being different ain't being wrong. It's just being who you are. If they scared to be who they are, they probably shouldn't be listening to your show anyway.
Why tweet about it when you could talk about it on the Rev T Sports Revival? Believe that, baby. March with me. Yeah, baby. We live, y'all, right here on Sunday. I think it's December 2nd, y'all, 2017. And I'd like to welcome y'all to the Rev T Sports Revival. I said December 2nd. It's December 3rd, y'all. See, look how I am. Already starting that shit diggity bob and shit diggity bang. Man, we got a lot to talk about on a Sunday. Yeah, with these Redskins. We gonna go on the Redskin power mode, y'all. I know y'all got a lot of feelings in about the things and shit diggity bob and shit diggity bang. And listen here though, I'm gonna bring my good friend along with me. Y'all know who that is. That's Steven Atkins of the Inside Bliss, y'all. Yeah. And look, NFL week 13, this coming up. Next, right after this, y'all, we sitting live on the Mo Talk Network Radio DMV. I'll tell it to the hot, I'll tell it to the cold. You got to come to the Sports Revival to fill up your soul with all that good sports talk. I don't want no crying, and I don't want to talk to nobody that be signifying. Hey, so that's why I got my man 50 grand to talk sports, you know, like he doing it like he can. Steven Atkins, what's going on, Steven? Good morning, champion.
Hey, good morning, Rev T. Thank you for having me on this morning.
Oh, yeah, you good like Hollywood. Hey, listen here. I heard you got that Week 13 recap, fam. What you saying got going on your show about to come on right after this one?
Oh, man, we talked about the Week 13. We talked about injury fantasy. We talked about Ben McAdoo on his way out of New York. We talked about everything, a little bit of everything.
Oh, did you say Ben McAdoo on his way out of New York, possibly?
Absolutely. From breaking reports, they said that as of 24 hours after the Oakland Raiders game, McAdoo's job is in jeopardy. He could be on his way out the door.
My Lord, on the Sunday, Steven Atkins, you got to say, my Lord, or something like that. That's one of them my Lord moments. Oh, hold on. I feel like that's one of them I won't be back no more moments. You think he going to come back? You think they going to let him back?
Absolutely not.
Oh, so you trying to say, I need to play that music. Hold on, he won't be back. This for all you New York Giants fans. Say it again, Steven Atkins. Steven Atkins of the Inside Bliss, y'all got breaking news, y'all. Y'all better listen to his show. What you just put out there, Steven?
24 hours after the Oakland Raiders New York Giants game, Ben McAdoo can be fired. He will be on his way out the door.
Battle River! I won't be back. I won't be back. No more, no more, no more. Over there, in that city, he won't be back. He won't be back no more. He won't be back no more, Steven. Say that again. What's his name? Ben McAdoo? Bob, you know when I hear Ben McAdoo, when I hear McAdoo, I think of the great Bob McAdoo who played with the Los Angeles Lakers. You know, Bob McAdoo, little skinny, little bony little thing, but he could shoot it. Yeah, he was a little skinny, little knock-knee, little bony thing, little bony thing, little bony. Remember the old people used to say bony? Little bony,
Absolutely.
little narrow, little bony, yeah, man. But I had a good weekend though, Stevie. What you do this weekend, man?
Oh, man, this weekend just rested, spent some time with my family.
Right.
And, kept up with any and everything going on in the NFL.
Yeah, man, yeah, it's a whole lot of drama, man. You got any good tidbits, man, to throw out there, man? Because you know the people, they want to sit there and talk about, man, this is diggity bob and this is diggity bang, what happened with the Redskins down in Juryland on Thursday, but I know you always know Stephen Atkins with the Inside Blitz got a good tidbit for the people to put out there what's going on in the NFL. Got to be mindful of, keep your eyes out open. You keep your eyes out open, Steve. What is it, bro?
Well, I mean, just like I said, after this performance from the Washington Redskins Dallas Cowboys game, I've been saying it on my show, Jay Gruden should be fired, and now everybody's starting to light up the internet with Jay Gruden should be fired. They weren't talking that about a week ago, but after I put it out there for several weeks, they're talking about Jay Gruden should be fired.
My Lord.
I wouldn't be surprised that at the end of the season he won't be.
Boy, you make me have a whole lot of my Lord moments this morning. My Lord. Oh, my Lord. Oh, hold on. So Jay Gruden, they talking about Jay Gruden might not be back no more. Hold on, I gotta play that. I'm gonna keep playing the whole damn show. Hold on, let me play it one more time. So it's up in the air. Hold on. Woo-de-woo. They waving their hands just like they don't care. And it's coming out of some people's mouths to do what now? Stevie Atkins in Inside Blitz?
Fire Jay Gruden.
Hold on. He might not be back no more. Let's go. I won't be back. I won't be back. I won't be back. No more. No more. Oh, in that city. Yeah, Stevie Atkins. I feel good on a Sunday. I got the spirit in me. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Stevie Atkins, you know they been impersonating, but I'm going to keep talking about it. I told you last time you was on the airwaves with me. They been impersonating me.
Well, there's only one Red T.
There
ain't no duplicators out there.
Yeah, man, they been trying to duplicate and regulate. Listen to this, Bama. I want y'all to hear this, Bama. And I like Al Goldie, but at this point, when you try to impersonate the Red T, you become a Bama.
6 isn't near much.
Yeah, testify, my
as
brother.
A wild card. Without the center, Ezekiel Elliott, then at the 4 and 6.
Listen to this, Bama.
2, to believe in the Redskins winning out. The quarterback. Feel the spirit. Yes. Now look, we can agree and disagree on just how good Kirk
They try to They can't duplicate
or
listen, I'm one of a kind and I blow people's minds. You know what I'm saying? Set them free like a bumblebee, but yet and still, boy, they trying to impersonate me. I'm just saying, I don't know who is worse. Al Goldie or Milli Vanilli. I'm just trying to figure it out. Did I just say Milli and Vanilli and Manilli, or something like that? That sounds like some gas or something, don't it?
It sure does.
It sounds like some gas or something like that. I mean, you know.
Let me get Milli Vanilli on pump 4, please. Milli Vanilli on pump 4.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Milli Vanilli. Yeah, man, I was just saying the loss, the Redskins, and I was Stevie Atkins. I think we not on Facebook Live yet, but I'm about to go to Facebook Live with this, man, because I know the people want to talk about the Redskins. People been running their mouths like diarrhea. Been tweeting, beating, and everything else, just trying to figure out what I got to say about all this diggity bop and this diggity bang what's going on with the Washington Redskins. And yet and still, guess what? Stephen, I still believe. I still believe it's hope. It's going to take a whole lot of hope and a whole lot of people to lose a couple of games, but yet and still, though, guess what? The Redskins still got a slim chance of possibly trying to find their way into the play. And I know people saying, damn, Rev, you sound a little crazy right now. Well, hell, y'all think I'm crazy any damn way. So does it look like my sunshine or my day has turned blue or gray because y'all think I'm crazy? Hell no.
Not at all.
But yet and still, though, I do believe that it's a possibility that the Redskins can get into the playoffs. Very slim chance. I'm going to be honest. But yet and still, though, it is hope to believe. And I know, Stephen, you know, they say, well, you know, people trying to. They got all types of things going out there. Jay Gruden must go. They need to lay Kirk Cousins down by the riverside and go ahead and let Colt McCoy start so they can see what they got out of Colt. People already going to the draft. We're calling out, what's his name, Baker Mayfield or Mayfield Baker, whatever the hell his name is, cutting up and a couple of other quarterbacks. Oh, we need to go get him. Oh, we need to get him. And I want to say this to the people into the Redskin Nation. You know, a lot of y'all need to shut the hell up. And I said it just like that. You know, one, when it come to Kirk Cousins, okay, suppose if Kirk Cousins does leave the Washington Redskins. Okay, Kirk Cousins gone. We don't have a quarterback. Now we got to start over to the remix, or what I call it. The remix. The remix is that now you're going to have a team with a good defense, a pretty up-and-coming defense that got an upside to it, and then you're going to have a team that got a bad offense that can't do nothing on the field with an up-and-coming, hopefully an up-and-coming quarterback struggling.
Speaking of defense, Rev T, I didn't mean to cut you off, but speaking of defense, the Redskins are trying to work out the deal with linebacker Zach Brown to keep him in Washington.
They better if they know what's smart for him. I would. I mean, Kuta Kinte had a friend. And if the Washington Redskins don't understand that Zach Brown is a friend of Kuta Kinte, then shame on them. I mean, you know, let's really talk about it. You know, and then too, they better try to sign Zach Brown, especially if they gonna try to do the okie doke to Kirk Cousins and go ahead and let him walk. They better, because I'm gonna tell you this: you gonna find it kind of hard to go sign players to a team with an up-and-coming quarterback. Well, what free agent is really going to go to a team, okay, that's going to sit there and have a rookie quarterback or some other quarterback that's been bums, that's been a bum job or a wreck other places, but then you're going to bring him to Washington and try to sell to the people, oh, he hope. Where, how you going to sell to the people, this thing about what's his name? Excuse me, Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy can't even play a full season. He hasn't never played a full season. By game 8 or 6, he'll be hurt. So at the end of the day, you know, you talk about signing Zach Brown, they better start signing these defensive players now. They better, because once the free agent market opened up, once the end of season hit, a lot of people that's free agents going to scratch their ears about coming to the Washington Redskins. A lot of people going to scratch their ears whether they should stay with the Redskin organization or move on. Might be a good thing for them, might be a bad thing for them. Ask Chris Baker. Ask Deshaun Jackson. Ask Pierre Garçon how that moving right along situation and worked out for them and where it's gotten them in their career. Got some money in their pocket, but ask them about playing time. Ask them about really being part of an offense. Ask them about really being part of a defense. I heard Deshaun Jackson down there, he complaining. Mad as hell. Throw me the damn ball. He doing the Keyshawn down there. So I heard Pierre Garçon, you know, he was out on fire catching the ball because he was the only one in San Francisco that could really catch till he got hurt.
Right.
I heard Chris Baker still can't get his ass through the middle. And he wondered why his time then diminished down there in Tampa Bay. So at the end of the day, you know, this Redskin fan base got to be real careful what you asking for. You got to be real careful what you reaching to get, what you reaching and what you looking for, because everything that you ask for, everything you searching for ain't necessarily what you might be trying to be finding in your life. But you're wishing for it and hoping to happen with the Washington Redskins. We sitting in live, y'all, Mountaintop Network Radio, DMV. I'm Tavon Fennell at The Real Rev T. I'm sitting alongside Stephen Atkins of the Inside _Blitz, y'all. We sitting live on a Sunday. We getting in. Y'all stay tuned right here on Mountaintop Network Radio. Coming up at the 12 o'clock hour, Stephen Atkins in the Inside Blitz Week 13 NFL preview, y'all. He bring it to the table, make your mind get able. I'm talking about he got them fantasy picks, man, that get you paid real quick. Y'all better tune in and listen in, and then he dropped some breaking news, y'all, about what's going on with the New York Giants, the Shadiggity Bop, and the Shadiggity Bang that makes some of the people in the NYC ears ring. You know what I'm talking about? McAdoo got to do the thing to make the people do. And good morning, everybody that's tuning here on Facebook Live with us this morning. Marshall Monroe, we see you, cuz. Oh, good morning to you. Big brother Mickey Donovan, good morning, champ. Holler at me, man. Denise Davis, good morning to you, pretty lady. Good morning. Big brother William Bay Billy Hampton, yeah, man, what's going on with you, champ? Y'all make sure y'all go share the post with the people. Let them know what we doing here, y'all. 703-763-4979 is the number. If you want to call in, get some, bring something to the table. It's a sports revival. I'll tell it to the hot. I'll tell it to the cold. You got to come to the sports revival to fill up your soul with all that good sports talk. I don't want to talk to nobody lying, and I damn sure don't want to talk to nobody signifying. But what we going to do, y'all, we going to take a quick break, and when we come back, y'all, what I want to do with Stephen Atkins of the Inside Blitz this morning, and you the people, what I want to do is I want to kind of break this thing down in three ways when it comes to the Washington Redskins, what happened with them with the Dallas Cowboys with this 38-14 loss. You know, let's just go straight at the coaches. We got to go straight at the coaches, Stephen, when we talk about this thing with the Washington Redskins. You know, so let's take a quick break. When we come back off a break, you got your boots laced up, Stephen?
You know I'm marching with you,
man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, Moss with his law. We live right here, Mountaintop Network Radio, DMV. It's a Rev T Sports Revival Sunday edition. We be right. Hey, man, I feel good on the Sunday, y'all. We be right back, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hold on. Can we go? Oh, we ain't ready to go yet. Oh, here we go. Let's go.
And if we don't, we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that make the babies. And since a man can't make one, he has no right to tell a woman what to do.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
Hey y'all, this is Claudette from Russell Apparel, where we specialize custom design t-shirts. Our shirts range from infants to adult 5X. We make shirts for groups, churches, organizations, and we will do personalized shirts of your favorite sports team. If you mention the Rev T Sports Revival or Mountaintop Network Radio, you will get a 10% discount off your first order. You can reach us on Facebook at Rucker Apparel. You can email us at ruckerapparel@gmail.com, or you can even give us a call at 202-577-5903. Get your custom t-shirts.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
This is Maurice Wood with Ghosted Real Estate. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Washington metropolitan area, give me a call, 240-356-3580. When you do, mention Mountaintop Network Radio and receive a free CMA on your current home. Once again, this is Maurice Wood with Ghosted Real Estate. Give me a call today, 240-356-3580. Real estate is a relationship business. Let's build one.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
Crystal M. Adair on Mountaintop Network Radio, where the people's voice can be heard. I'm a motivational speaker and an author of the newly released Therapy, a memoir novella by Crystal M. Adair. Go click on Amazon right now. Get your 5-star copy with great reviews. I promise you, it's a book that will change your life. Again, Crystal M. Adair with Mountaintop Network Radio. Tune in again for my motivational minutes.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
This is Steven Askins, host of the Inside Blitz. You can catch me Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. right here on Mountaintop Network Radio DMV. And we'll break down the Thursday night game, talk about the Sunday games, give you injury and fantasy pointers. So tune in Sunday morning, 10 to 11 a.m. right here on Mountaintop Network Radio DMV.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
Yeah, we sitting there live, y'all. Right here, Mountaintop Network Radio DMV on a Sunday. I tell it to the high, I tell it to the cold. You got to come to the sports revival to fill up your soul. I don't talk to nobody that be lying, and I damn so don't be talking to nobody that signifying. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to lace your boots up and come on and march with me. We got Steven Atkins for the Inside Blitz on the line. But listen here, though, y'all. I told y'all I got friends from all over the land, and can't nobody do it only like he can. We talking about, they say left-handed up in the building. Is that true?
Yeah, man, left-handed is in the building. What's good?
Man, happy Sunday, brother, man. How you been, man? Hey, we ain't really had a chance to talk, man. Happy holidays, man, to you and your family, man. God bless and keep you, man. Hey, man, bro, you know, man, I love you so much, man, and I ain't ashamed to tell you that on these airways, man. I appreciate you so much. But it's funny though, left-handed, because in my mind, I just kind of talk you up, and that you can just tell how close people are to each other, because in my mind, we were sitting there talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, y'all, and in my mind, I said, damn, where is left-handed at? And when I looked on the Facebook live screen, there behold, damn if he ain't pop up into the atmosphere. I can't tell y'all his government name, but just know left-handed is in the building. Man, what's going on with them Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Deshaun Jackson, man, Chris Baker, well, he ain't fitting in the two. Just what the hell is going on in Tampa Bay?
I can't even call it. But you know what? I'm going to take the slings and arrows because that's my squad, and I rock with them. But you know what, though, Rev? I'm a lot closer to what I thought the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were going to be because, like I told you before, we got a little full of ourselves, man. You know what I'm saying? We kind of like thought, okay, 9 victories last year was supposed to be the set-off. We went and got Deshaun. We went and got O.J. We did some things on the defensive side of the ball, T.J. Ward. The future looked bright. But again, like we always use that old cliche, you don't win games on paper. And that's the perfect sentiment for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. On paper, we was the truth. But once you get out there between them lines, it's a different story. And Jameis Winston went back to doing the same old thing that he does, like to throw the ball to the other team. All right? I'm not worried about no injuries and none of that because we didn't talk about that going into the season. We was trying to be competitive. You can't even do that. And you had an extra week. And you had an extra week to prepare. Shout out to everybody down there that was in the hurricane and all that. You had an extra week to prepare, and still can't get it done. So right now, I'm in the situation, Rev. Yo, shout out to Rev T and all the revivalettes and revivalies and all of that. Listen, man, I'm in a situation where I'm sitting back looking at my Buccaneers like, see, this is what you get. You ain't really that nice after all. So now you gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You can't stand prosperity. You get a little prosperity, you think it's all about you all of a sudden. and you're still doing the same dumb mistakes. The defense is still giving up dumb touchdowns, making dumb, stupid penalties, getting blown out. So what's changed? Dirk Cutter's not changed anything. You don't want to fire him and then hire somebody else? That's what you've been doing the last 6 years. What you been doing? So now, and you got a young squad. Okay, I'm not worried about Doug Martin and his off-the-field problems. He got to get that situated, okay? Because right now we're looking up. We're looking up, Rev. We're looking up at New Orleans. We're looking up at Atlanta. We're looking up at Carolina, waking up, and they're waking up. Don't get it twisted. Carolina's waking up. And now we the Tampa Bay Buccaneers bringing up the rear as usual, Rev. When is it going to turn around? But I've been a Buccaneers fan since 1976, and I ain't going to stop. But you know what, though, Rev T? This gives me the ammunition, and I have the cachet. I could use those 50-cent words. I'm on the sports revival. I have the cachet to spit this ism. And it's real talk. I'm not waving no pom-poms, my dude. I'm not getting up here singing no songs about it's going to be greater later. I'm waiting to see what it's going to be. Because y'all couldn't even stand prosperity. You had 9 wins last year. You was expected to be the darlings of the NFC. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, Rev?
No, you testify, man. We sitting there live right here, Mount Top Network Radio. That's left-handed, y'all. And RM, that's he in the building, bringing it like it is, telling it like it T.I. is, man. When it comes to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'll tell it to the hot. I'll tell it to the cold. I don't talk to nobody that be lying, and I damn so they don't talk to nobody that be signified. We got Steven Atkins of the Inside Bliss in the building. We got a jam-packed show this morning, y'all. Steven Atkins didn't talk about the New York Giants left-handed. They up there in your atmosphere with things real clear. Yeah, the word like a mockingbird, man, that they singing, man. It was Steven Atkins, drop it one more time.
24 hours after the Oakland Raiders game, Ben McAdoo could be fired.
I'm not surprised. Shout out to you, my dude. Respect. I'm not surprised, man. That was a bad call from the beginning. And I'm gonna spit some ism. And, Rev, let me do my thing.
Testify.
A little about the Eli situation.
Testify.
Listen, as far as the Eli Manning situation, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm right up here, and I don't even care. The Giants, I don't care about Eli Manning. First of all, Eli Manning twisted the NFL's arm for him to get to New York. First of all. Second of all, Eli Manning ain't been right for the last 3 or 4 years. Third of all, it's not all his fault. It's not all his fault. He got 2 rings out the deal. You can't live off that forever, okay? You can't live off that forever. It's not all his fault. It's not all his fault, but it happens, man. It happens. Who then ended up watching Joe Montana play for the Kansas City Chiefs? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Yeah, testify.
And I'm saying so for Eli Manning, for everybody to be up in arms about, they did Eli Manning dirty and blah, 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 knock it off, man. Eli Manning did the NFL dirty. Phillip Rivers should be the Giants quarterback, but we ain't gonna get into that.
Hey, left-handed. Left-handed. I don't mean to cut you off, but I mean you telling it like it T.I. is. You telling it like it T.I. is when it comes to this thing.
Yeah, man. Come on now. And I'm not mad at Eli. I'm not mad at him. I respect him. I respect him for standing on his square. He was like, I don't want to play for San Diego. I'm not going out there. And boom, boom, boom. So the rest is history. And he got 2 rings out the deal. And he beat the Patriots twice.
Not only did he say he wasn't going out there, his daddy was the first one that said he wasn't. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Eli Manning daddy was RG3 daddy before RG3 was even RG3 daddy.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm saying though, man, they kind of like, felt like the NFL owed them something. So I don't owe Eli Manning nothing. He got when he got out the deal, and it happens to the best of them. Joe Namath ended up playing for the Rams. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it happens, Joe. It happened. I feel like that circumstance, the way it happened, that's why the whole Giants thing is a cesspool this year. So Jerry Reese got to go. Ben McAdoo definitely got to go. And I'm not saying, I'm kind of surprised he ain't going already. What was they thinking about? You know what I'm saying? So again, you're gonna have to start over from scratch. You should have been thinking about Eli's replacement 3 years ago. Come on, man.
So what you
Come
trying?
on now.
And I heard Tom Coughlin and Stephen Atkins. I think I read that from you posting that Tom Coughlin was a little bit upset about them benching Eli Manning, the former head coach of the New York Giants. Are you hearing that in the atmosphere out there in the NYC or left hand?
That's his man. Yeah, that's his man. He got his rings with him, so he got to represent him. You know what I'm saying? So I think now at the end of the day, for what the Giants need to do, man, is they want to make Eli Manning happy and have him try to ride his career off into the sunset, because he's not going to get any playoff situation with the Giants. Get rid of him, release him, do what he need to do, get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? So let him go somewhere else. Because I think that as long as he's around, it's going to be like an albatross. Now you're waiting for the season to end for everybody to go. You're going to get rid of this dude, you're going to get rid of that dude, you're going to get rid of everybody. So now you got to start from scratch. And nobody's hearing from Mr. Mara. Mr. Mara's real quiet.
Real quiet.
You know
Real
what I'm
quiet.
saying?
Real quiet.
So, because he know what it is, man. They listen, the Giants, man, and listen, and I'm going to be hard body on them because, first of all, I'm not a Giants fan, but second of all, Rev, I ain't going to front. I had the Giants going to the Super Bowl. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? That's how strong I felt about this squad that they had coming in. You know what I mean? They could build off of what happened last year, the fiasco in Green Bay with the boat ride and all that nonsense. But anyway, I'm sorry I have to bring up old stuff, but that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't front. I'm not perpetrating no stunts. You know what I mean? But I think Eli got what he deserved. At the end of the day, and he got 2 rings out the deal. So I'm going to leave it at that.
That's left-handed. He in the building, y'all. I tell it to the hot. I tell it to the cold. I don't want to talk to nobody signifying. I damn sure don't want to talk to nobody, man, that be sitting in line telling it like it T.I. is, y'all. I'm just saying. I got excited, left-handed. I got excited with you. We sitting here live, y'all, right here, Mount Top Network Radio, DMV. I'm Tavon Fennell at the Real Rev T. Sitting in with me this morning, y'all, Stephen Atkins of the Inside_Blitz on Twitter is where you can find him. And then left-handed in the building, y'all, at RM Desk. We sitting there bringing it to the people, man, sitting there talking to NFL. But man, if we can we turn to the pages of the Washington Redskins right now? And left-handed, I always like to have you here when I'm talking Redskins, because you're like an outside entity looking in on the situation. And with this loss against the Dallas Cowboys has came a whole lot of turmoil in the DMV. Some of the fans are losing their minds. Some of them are jumping in the water. Some of them don't know which way is up right now. The talk of the town is Jay Gruden must go. The talk of the town is Kirk Cousins will never get them to that playoff monarchy, I should say, as being one of the top teams to be scared of when it comes to football in the NFL, season in and season out. And they're calling for Kirk Cousins off with his head too. But at the end of the day, though, man, Revival Lights, Revival Less, Soldiers and Soldier Rest that's tuning in this morning. When you look at this game of the Washington Redskins, I want to talk about this coaching here. I want to talk about Jay Gruden as a head coach. I want to talk about Greg Minuski as a defensive coordinator and his assistant coach, highly regarded and talked about assistant coach Tom Mazzulla. I want to talk about this special teams coach, where his mindset is, because, you know, if you follow sports in the DMV, and you know one thing, that the Washington Redskins special teams has been suffering for years. And they keep masking it and putting patchwork pieces to it, hoping for a ray of light. But yet and still, though, it seems to be an Achilles heel with this Washington Redskins organization. But we can sit there and talk about special teams all damn day long. But I got to talk about this Jay Gruden as a head coach. You know, if you've been following the Sports Revival, one thing for sure, I said at the beginning of the season that we was going to find out about the Washington Redskins was, one, what type of defense that we have. I said by week 7 or 8, we would know if we had a top 10 defense or if we had a top 15 and below average defense. Well, we found out what type of defense we are. A defense with promise, but still, though, it's some things that still need to be fixed and adjusted in order for them to get over the hump. But then you go to this offense. We went into this season with the high hopes of Rob Kelly would be the number 1 running back. We went into this season that Josh Doxson and Terrell Pryor would rise to the occasion. Jamison Crowder would have another outstanding year. Ryan Grant would see more upcoming rising. And yet and still, we haven't seen anything from these wide receivers but flashes. And when I mean flashes, it's like taking a picture with a damn Polaroid camera. You see the flash for how many seconds? About a second and a half. And then you back to refocusing the picture to see if you got a good zoom before you take the picture again. So at the end of the day, I'm going to go to Steven Atkins real quick. Because you said Jay Gruden must be fired. Why?
Well, I think not only should Jay Gruden be fired, but Bruce Allen should be fired as well. I think that you need to go from the top and work his way on down. Jay Gruden, not only are you a terrible head coach, but you're a terrible play caller. I think if Jay Gruden would have gave his play calling over to an offensive coordinator, his job would be safe right now. But no, Jay Gruden wants his cake and he wants to eat it too. So not only will I be the head coach, but I'll be an offensive coordinator. Come on, out of each game, one of the problems that we see here is running the ball consistently. We don't have a good running game. We let go of Alfred Morris. We sit here and we bring in Matt Jones. Matt Jones then leaves and goes to the Indianapolis Colts. We have Mac Brown. Mac Brown, he's out there in Minnesota. You get Samaje Perine, and, I mean, of course he's a rookie. He's not going to have extravagant games. He's still coming into his own. But the Redskins, 1 week, they'll run the ball 2 quarters, then they'll stop running the ball the rest of the game. They'll run the ball 1 quarter, stop running the ball the rest of the game. You need consistent 4 quarters of running the ball. If they can't respect your run, they're not going to respect your pass play either.
That's Steven Atkins, the inside blitz. He on fire, y'all. Y'all don't need no fire extinguisher for him. That's my man. Let him say what he got to say. 703-763-4979 is the telephone number. You want to call in, lay your burdens down by the riverside. Lay your burdens down by the riverside at the Sports Revival. That's what we for. So glad to be here with the people. Left-handed, let's get your thoughts on this.
As far as, Jay Gruden as a coach is concerned, I definitely concur with what you guys are talking about, man. The play calling is, at times atrocious. They have moments, but I think that he's, kind of casting his lot so he could take, the credit for whatever Kirk Cousins does. If Kirk Cousins plays, the way he's been playing, like he played early in the season, you know what I mean, being consistent with it, then he takes all the fame and glory, and it gets a little attention off of him. But if you have stinkers like you showed up on a Sunday night, whether it's against the Cowboys or whatever, you lose like that, a game where you're supposed to kind of kind of show and prove. That was the time right there for Washington to kind of just put everything down and say, you know what, we're going to stomp on the Cowboys. We got the Cowboys in a weak position, all right? National TV, Kirk Cousins does his thing, but no, they don't do it. So now I see why the Redskins fans are up in arms, but I feel like, again, if you're going to get rid of Gruden, you got to clean house, and you got to stop this revolving door thing. You know what I mean? Because these teams that always lose, they always have the door revolving. The teams that win are consistent. The Steelers, when the last time they switched coach? You know what I mean? I mean, you could name the last 3 coaches they had the last 30 years. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about, that type of thing like that. But as far as the Redskins are concerned, man, I mean, if you're going to start all over again, you got it. They done went from they had Mike Shanahan, and what else you going to do? Jay Gruden, what else you going to do? You know what I'm saying? So, again, if Jay Gruden wants the glory, he's going to have to take the bullet, too. Straight like that.
We sitting in live, y'all, right here, Mountaintop Network Radio, DMV. I'm Tavon Fennell at The Real Rev T. That was left-handed you just heard at RM Dess on Twitter where you can find him. Steven Atkins, y'all, at the Inside Blitz in the building. We got a packed show this morning. I told y'all I was going to bring it to the people. I'll tell it to the hot. I'll tell it to the cold. You got to come to the Sports Revival to fill up your soul. I ain't got time to talk to nobody lying, and I damn sure don't want to talk to nobody that be signifying. I'm so glad to be here with the people. But listen here, though, y'all. We talking about this, man. We got a whole lot to talk about in the NFL. Washington Redskins, they got their ass whipped against the Dallas Cowboys. They didn't show up to the party. But, we kind of leaned about this thing with Coach Gruden. And y'all say that Coach Gruden need to go. And some people saying he need to go. Some people saying he need to stay. And I'm one like this. My whole thing is, if Kirk Cousins goes, then guess what? Jay Gruden needs to go. But if Kirk Cousins stay, then Jay Gruden need to stick around. Because it makes no sense that sign Kirk Cousins and then bring in another offensive a head coach, okay? That means they got a whole totally new offensive playbook. Then that'll be that man's what? Third or fourth offense running in his tenure here with the Washington Redskins. You can't get results like that. Sorry. That's just my opinion. Kirk Cousins stay, Jay Gruden stay. Kirk Cousins go, then Gruden need to go on over because at that point in time, once you figure out if Kirk Cousins is going to stay or go, then you'll know the direction that the Washington Redskins going to go into. And at the end of the day, if the Washington Redskins let Kirk Cousins go, that means that the Redskins have decided to themselves that they're going to commit themselves to going into a different direction and starting all over again. And if that's the case, then guess what? Then go ahead and fire Jay Gruden, get a new head coach, fire Bruce Allen ass too, get a new general manager, okay? And just go ahead and start the process all over again and just hope that the defense is good enough to protect or mask the deficiencies of the offense until they hopefully can get it right.
Right. Let me ask you a question, though. So if the Redskins decide to part ways with Kirk Cousins, so would that kind of justify them not, locking him down?
Say that again, left-handed.
If the Redskins and Kirk Cousins part ways, if Kirk Cousins leaves the Redskins or the Redskins get rid of him, does that justify the Redskins not locking Kirk Cousins down in their contract? Because they could have locked him down, and then you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so does that justify if they let him go?
I mean, it's like this, and I know a lot of people saying, "Well, damn, Kirk Cousins took $25 million. Kirk Cousins took what the Redskins gave him.
That's right.
They didn't feel like that they needed to give him a long-term contract that will put him into the echelon of the top 5 quarterbacks. They waited too long and pussyfoot around with signing that man to a deal, and then the Oakland Raiders came out and gave Derek Carr that massive deal. That's what really blew the whole situation up right there. You gave Derek Carr top 5 quarterback NFL money. The Redskins end up offering Kirk Cousins top 10 quarterback NFL money. You see the difference in that situation? So at the end of the day, I hear people talk about, Kirk Cousins, he being greedy. Kirk Cousins' religion got something to do. He talk about God told him. Y'all need to stop all that. Because really, if you really want to critique somebody off a decision that they made off of their biblical stance, then why don't you ask RG3 why he was tweeting all them Bible verses, why he was cheating on his wife? Why don't you ask RG3 why he was tweeting all them Bible verses, trying to act like he was holier by thou, but then he was sending PP pictures to people down in Texas at the Hooters bar. See, be careful what you say, because what can of worms you try to open up and dump on somebody else, guess what? Somebody can open up a can of worms and dump some worms on you too. So at the end of the day, Kirk Cousins only took what the Washington Redskins gave him. And when you talk about at this point of the season, you talking about the quarterback playing behind the patchwork offensive line over the last 5-6 weeks, playing behind wide receivers that can't catch the football. They show up one week, but then the next week they don't show. Well, hell, they don't even show up a week. They show up maybe 3 or 4 plays in the quarter, and then you won't be hearing from them till about another 2-3 games to another 3. You can't win football games day in and day out with people who got clumsy hands. You can't win football games day in and day out when you got a running back situation where you can't really establish yourself with the run. So of course you're gonna have a quarterback that got a team with a 5-7 record. Of course, and I know some people will try to, well, if we run it like that with Kirk Cousins missing $25 million, then we could do the same thing with a mediocre quarterback. Well, maybe you could. But at the end of the day, though, that little mediocre quarterback that you talk about that could do the same thing with the Redskins, guess what? He also going to throw a whole lot of picks, and he also going to lose you a whole lot of football games. You RG3 lovers, let me put this in your mind one more time. He ain't coming back no more. Hold on. Let me play my music so you Bammers understand what I'm saying. RG3 ain't coming back no more. Here you go. I won't be back. I won't be back. I won't be back. No more. No more. No more. In the city. In that city. I mean, don't y'all get it? See, let's talk about it. You know, people want to look at this thing and say, oh, it's Kirk Cousins' fault. Oh, it's Kirk Cousins' fault. No, I said all of this to bring us men to this point, that is, Jay Gruden got to do a better damn job of getting his team motivated to go into games like this game against Dallas, to go into games like playing against New Orleans, to get motivated to go into games to play against the Minnesota Vikings, to get motivated to go play the Philadelphia Eagles. See, this is about coaching. And I'm not saying Jay Gruden got to go out there and be rah, fire underneath your ass. No. You can't get through to everybody like that. Everybody don't take the rah approach to get fired up. But as a head coach, Jay Gruden got to have his team better prepared. And night in and night out, we see, ladies and gentlemen, brothers, left-handed, brother Steven Atkins of the Inside Blitz, night in and night out, when it comes to Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, the Washington Redskins just seem not to find a way to show up. And it's not because of the damn team, it's because of the damn coach. And so, you know, like I said, it's a catch-22. Cousins stay, Gruden stay. Cousins go, then you pack Gruden ass up. I don't care about no 2-year contract extension. Hell, Dan Snyder famous is for giving people money and then fire him any damn way. So it's not like we never seen that ship sail in that direction before when it come to Dan Snyder and the Washington Redskins. But at the end of the day, though, y'all, let's flip this coin, man. Can we flip this coin left-handed to Steven Atkins?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Let's go over to the defense. All this defense started out the year with so much promise. Jonathan Allen was playing good ball. Mason Foster, who we had here on the Sports Revival last week, and that's on episode 282, if I'm correct, the interview with Mason Foster, and we appreciate him so much. Inside linebacker for the Washington Redskins, joining us here on Sports Revival. You know, we saw a lot of emergence of DJ Swearinger coming making a statement in his defense. And you know, at the end of the day, though, when it comes down to it, though, the Washington Redskins defense still got problems with getting people off the field on third down. And we thought, well, with Greg Manusky coming being the new defensive coordinator, that movement was going to kind of change. We see a more aggressive Washington Redskins defense, but yet and still, though, we still seeing that we can't get you off the football field when it count type defense. Let's go to Steven on your thoughts on this.
I mean, I agree with you, Rev. You have to come up with a game plan that not only are you going to be aggressive, not only are you going to, convert turnovers, but you have to get your defense off the field on third down. To keep them well rested going into the second half of the games, to keep them in games. A lot of games this year has been solely on the defense. If the defense doesn't make stops, we get blown out. The defense keeps the teams in games, but the offense can't do anything offensively through the running game or through the air with Kirk Cousins to lead them to victory. So I think Greg Minuski and Jim Tomsula, those were okay additions, but I don't think they have what it takes to compete. To keep them in the top 10, top 15, top 20 defenses.
We sit there live, y'all, right here, Mountain Top Network Radio, DMV. We talking about the Washington Redskins. They got their ass whipped against the Dallas Cowboys. Plain and simple, 38-14 was the final score. We just kind of breaking down the coaches, the offense. We kind of leaning on the defense right now. We got left-handed and RM That's on Twitter in the building. Y'all sitting there joining me and Steven Atkins from the Inside Blitz this morning. Right here, live, Mountain Top Network Radio, DMV on the Sports Revival. Left-handed, your thoughts, what you seeing from the outside looking in when it comes to this Washington Redskins defense?
It's here today, gone tomorrow. I feel like you guys, have talent, but it shows up sporadically. If I can use another one of those expensive words on the Sports Revival, it shows up, when it wants to. When it needs to, that's another story. Minuski and how things are situated, how he moves, and how things have been moving around him, and the injuries notwithstanding, because you had some things you had to deal with, you do have the alleged, one of the alleged shutdown corners in the league on your squad. I don't know what side of the ball he's playing, left side or right. I don't know, he's, suspicious like that. I thought a shutdown corner shuts down both sides, but anyway. I mean, it's a lot of things to deal with as far as Washington and their defense is concerned. You don't know which defense is going to show up. Is it going to be the defense that kind of was stifling against my squad, showed up, really, really looked good, hustling to the ball hawking, or is it the defense that showed up against the Cowboys that really didn't show up? So, again, you get what you pay for. And as far as blowing it up and starting all over again, I think you have to kind of like, stop that way of thinking, man. You just got to deal with what you got and keep it pushing because, again, like you said, there's another playbook to learn. Here we go again. You're going through the process. You're going through the motions. But it all has to happen on the field. And so like my man Steve said, it's got to work. And if it don't work, then, the people who are calling the shots, they got to get out of here.
Man, let's go to some of these Facebook Live comments, man. Big brother Mickey Donovan say Greg Minuski needs to be looked at, too. He blew the game. He blew the game is coming from Mickey Donovan. He didn't blitz Prescott, and Norman should have covered Brian. Albert Leon Cross say, if Cousins go, we in the world of trouble. Good morning, big brother Blake Keller. We see you tuning in. Albert Saucer say, what's up from Cali? We see you, brother. Appreciate you so much. He say San Francisco 49ers. Y'all know what that means. Kirk Cousins might be going there. Norman Johnson say, Kurt will be Romo or Brad Johnson. Norman Johnson say the defense is a working process. They are better than last year. He say he disagreed with Steve about the defense. Man, good morning to big brother Dolphins Percy Wilkins, big brother Ernest Wilson, Kenneth Trejo. We see you tuning in. Leads and praise are always Matt. Good morning, mama. Chris Young, good morning to you, champion. Good morning, big brother Cameron Gant. We see you. We see a Lionel Taylor. See a Cowboys fan. Good morning to you. Appreciate you, mama. Big brother Deion Dante Bracey, good morning to you. Brandon Walker, good morning to you. Cameron Gant, we see you. Diana Lewis, good morning, mama. Ayana Skinhead Jackson, good morning. Chrissy, we see you. Ashana Falami, good morning to you, mama. Appreciate you so much for tuning in. Marcus Benvenez, we see you. Appreciate you so much. Ayana Sims, good morning to you. Always a pleasure. Big brother Alex Williams, they tuning in to the Sports Revival this morning. I tell it to the hot, I tell it to the cold. You got to come to the Sports Revival to fill up your soul with all that good sports talk. You know, my whole thing is with this defense is I really wasn't a fan of Greg Minuski taking over the defense because he was already hearing that foolishness already. So all it was a quick fix to somebody because they couldn't get who they was really trying to search out. That's my personal opinion. So at the end of the day, you get what you get when it comes to the defense. But I can say, and I do agree with Norman Johnson, I do believe that the Redskins defense, it is a work in progress. And that's not with negative points to it, but a positive upside to it. That's what scares me so much about this situation when it comes to Kirk Cousins. Because, you know, if they keep him, then okay, we got something to build on. If they let him go, then you got a 2 to 3 year process of trying to get back, justifying your way with a quarterback. And that don't necessarily mean whoever going to play Cousins is going to take him there. So then you'll have a defense that's playing good football, but then you'll have an offense that, well, can't win you football games. Bad situation. So at the end of the day, you know, this defense, how could I say, man, this defense can make you have highs and make you have lows. You know, left-handed, he said it best. Heartaches and pain. So anyway, but look though, y'all, we running up on time here, man. We've been talking good this morning right here live. Mountaintop Network Radio DMV. We gonna on I'm saying Mountaintop Network Radio DMV. But listen here, what we gonna do is on the Facebook Live, we gonna keep going with this conversation. But on Mountaintop Network Radio DMV, so we can keep things within an hourly time range of our content, we gonna get ready to end up out of here. But left-handed, tell the people where they can find you at on Mountaintop Network Radio DMV here this Sunday morning. Tell the people where they can find you at left-handed.
Check it out, 1-2. Left-handed in the building, live and direct, man. Rev T Sports Revival, man. Chopping it up on a Sunday morning. Getting you right, getting you righteous. Mondays, man, I'm on hiatus from What About That Game? We'll be back in January. All right, that's California Radio. I want to shout out my man Carlito and all that, holding me down, doing some big things for 2018 and all that. Tuesdays, man, I'm in the building. After Further Review 2.0, a.k.a. the Sideline Cast, the Mothership. We get to them Tuesday, 8 to 10 p.m., man. 954-246-0398 is the math. Get at me, 8 to 10 p.m. We talk about everything. Rev T know what it is. So come through, man. Get your talk on. Get your NFL, NBA, NHL, all that. Baseball, soccer, whatever you want to talk about, we get to them after Further Review. Shout out to my man Steve from the Inside Blitz. Appreciate you, fam. And yo, Rev T, man, thank you, man. It's always a pleasure, my guy. It's always a pleasure.
Oh, man. Like I tell you, man, you my brother and my friend today, man. I love you so much, man. Ain't no shame to that, man. You my good dude, man. I appreciate you so much. Steven, I can tell the people, man, where they can find you at, man.
All right, Levant, it was a pleasure talking with you. But you can find me at the Inside Blitz pregame show on Facebook. You can find me at the Inside_Blitz on Twitter. You can find me on Mountaintop Network Radio DMV and on TuneIn Radio.
I think he got tongue twisted left-handed. Steven Atkins, left-handed. You know, Steven Atkins be getting excited, man, talking that sports talk, man. I'm just trying, yeah, man. He like a man possessed, man. You know he been on fire lately, man. Y'all got to tune in to that Inside Blitz, and that's coming up right here on Mountaintop Network Radio at the 12 o'clock hour, and you can hear this replay at the 1 o'clock hour, and it's going to be in the rotation. Y'all make sure y'all look out for that Uncle Bo Go-Go remix. We didn't do a Redskin roll call for the Dallas Cowboy games. Time didn't permit us to get it out there in the fashionable time. But you can also catch all the Uncle Bo Go-Go remixes and the Redskin roll call mixing and some of them right here live on Mountaintop Network Radio DMV. Y'all make sure y'all look out for Crystal Adair Motivational Minutes. We got a new one coming for the people. I always believe, man, it's good to get people's minds right, whether it be morning, noon, day, or night. A good word will always help you stay and keep yourself into the fight. I'm Tavon Fennell at The Real Rev T, for Steven Atkins at the Inside _Blitz, and my man that talks sports only like he can, RM Desh, y'all. He in the building, man. I tell it to the hot, I tell it to the cold. I don't want to talk to nobody signifying, and I damn sure don't want to talk to nobody that be sitting there crying. Hey, man, we had a good show this morning. Hey, y'all, this was a good show, don't y'all think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Man.
Yeah, man. We had a brethren round talk table. You know what I'm saying? Like we really family or something. Like we had a family reunion or something. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Hey man, I feel good on a Sunday, man. Hey man, I love the people, man. But this here Mount Top Network Radio DMV. We about to sign out, and we gonna be on Facebook Live a few more minutes, cause we gonna go a little bit overtime with it. Cause I want to ask Left Handed real quick before he go about what's going on with the New York Knicks. Y'all stay tuned right here, y'all. Yeah. Family up in the building, y'all.